Setting clear boundaries is an essential skill for maintaining healthy relationships and ensuring self-respect. Boundaries define the limits of what we find acceptable and unacceptable in interactions with others. They serve as a guideline for how we expect to be treated and help us protect our emotional well-being. When people don't respect us, it often stems from a lack of understanding of these boundaries, and it becomes necessary to assert them firmly and effectively. Establishing boundaries begins with self-awareness. It is important to recognize what makes us uncomfortable and identify behaviors that we find disrespectful. This could include situations such as constant interruptions, inappropriate jokes, personal space violations, or excessive demands on our time and energy. Once we have a clear understanding of what affects us negatively, we can communicate our limits in a direct but respectful manner. Clear and assertive communication is key when setting boundaries. For instance, if someone frequently interrupts you during conversations, it is important to address the issue by saying, "I'd appreciate it if you let me finish my point before responding." This approach is polite yet firm, ensuring that the other person understands your expectations without feeling attacked. Another important aspect of setting boundaries is consistency. It is not enough to communicate them once and expect immediate changes. People may need reminders, and it is crucial to reinforce boundaries whenever they are crossed. If someone continues to disregard your limits despite your efforts to clarify them, it may be necessary to take stronger action, such as limiting your interactions with them or seeking support from others. Being consistent helps others recognize that you are serious about your personal boundaries and will not tolerate repeated disrespect. Confidence plays a significant role in enforcing boundaries. Sometimes people may test our limits to see if we truly mean what we say. In such situations, standing firm and not backing down is crucial. It is natural to feel guilty or uncomfortable when asserting boundaries, especially with close friends, family members, or colleagues. However, it is important to remember that protecting your peace and self-respect is not selfish. It is a necessary step in fostering healthy and balanced relationships. Boundaries are not just about saying no, but also about expressing our needs and expectations. For example, if someone constantly expects you to be available for them without considering your schedule, it is essential to communicate your availability and make it clear that your time is valuable. This could be done by saying, "I'm happy to help, but I need advance notice so I can manage my time effectively." Such statements establish mutual respect and understanding in relationships. It is also important to recognize that setting boundaries does not guarantee that others will always respond positively. Some people may react defensively or feel offended, especially if they are not used to you asserting yourself. However, their initial reaction should not discourage you from maintaining your stance. With time, most people will come to respect the boundaries you set if you remain consistent and communicate them with kindness and clarity. In addition, self-care plays a significant role in setting and maintaining boundaries. When you take care of yourself, it becomes easier to recognize when your limits are being crossed and to take necessary action. This includes managing stress, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding yourself with people who respect and uplift you. Strong boundaries contribute to a sense of empowerment and allow you to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Ultimately, setting clear boundaries is about valuing yourself and teaching others how you wish to be treated. It helps to create a respectful and positive environment where you can thrive without feeling overwhelmed or disrespected. By clearly defining your limits and standing by them, you take control of your interactions and foster healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Staying calm and composed in the face of disrespect or challenging situations is an essential skill that helps maintain inner peace, self-respect, and effective communication. When dealing with difficult people or stressful environments, our natural response might be to react emotionally, but remaining calm allows us to handle situations more effectively and make better decisions. It prevents unnecessary conflicts, protects our mental well-being, and ensures that we maintain control over our actions and responses. One of the key aspects of staying calm is developing self-awareness. When we recognize our triggers and understand what makes us feel disrespected or frustrated, we can prepare ourselves mentally to respond in a composed manner. This involves pausing for a moment before reacting, allowing ourselves to process the situation logically instead of emotionally. By taking a deep breath or counting to 10, we can create a buffer between the situation and our response, which helps us approach the issue with a clear mind. In addition to self-awareness, emotional control plays a significant role in staying calm. It is natural to feel angry or upset when someone is disrespectful, but allowing emotions to take over can escalate the situation and lead to regretful actions. Practicing emotional intelligence helps in managing our reactions by focusing on the bigger picture rather than reacting impulsively. Instead of responding with frustration, acknowledging the emotion internally and choosing a measured response allows us to maintain dignity and avoid unnecessary confrontation. Another important aspect of staying composed is effective communication. When faced with disrespect, responding calmly and assertively rather than aggressively can diffuse tension and demonstrate strength. Using a calm tone of voice, maintaining steady eye contact, and expressing thoughts clearly without aggression can make a significant difference in how the other person perceives and responds to the situation. A calm demeanor often influences others to mirror that behavior, promoting a more respectful and constructive interaction. Practicing mindfulness is also a powerful tool in staying calm. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and observing situations without immediate judgment. By staying mindful, we can detach ourselves from negative emotions and focus on rational problem solving instead of reacting impulsively. Simple practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or grounding techniques can help us stay centered, even in stressful situations. Moreover, maintaining a positive mindset can greatly contribute to our ability to stay calm. Viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats can help us approach difficult situations with a sense of resilience. Instead of feeling victimized by disrespectful behavior, choosing to see it as a test of patience and maturity allows us to respond with grace and confidence. This mindset shift helps in reducing stress and building a sense of inner strength. It is also important to remember that staying calm does not mean tolerating disrespect or avoiding conflict altogether. Rather, it means handling the situation with poise and confidence. Setting clear boundaries while remaining composed allows us to stand up for ourselves without resorting to negativity. It sends a message that we respect ourselves enough not to let others' behavior disturb our peace. And furthermore, developing a strong support system can aid in maintaining composure. Talking to trusted friends, mentors, or family members about challenging situations can provide valuable perspectives and reassurance. Sometimes, simply expressing our feelings to someone we trust can alleviate stress and help us approach situations more calmly. In conclusion, staying calm and composed is a powerful way to navigate difficult interactions and maintain our self-respect. It allows us to respond thoughtfully, prevent conflicts from escalating, and create a positive atmosphere around us. By practicing self-awareness, emotional control, effective communication, mindfulness, and maintaining a positive outlook, we can handle disrespectful situations with confidence and dignity. Ultimately, staying calm is a sign of inner strength and maturity, enabling us to build healthier relationships and a more peaceful life. Leading by example is one of the most effective ways to influence others and create a positive impact in any environment. Whether it's at home, school, or the workplace, people tend to follow the behavior they observe rather than the instructions they receive. When faced with disrespectful individuals, responding with respect and integrity instead of reacting negatively sets a powerful example. In this podcast, these two leaders respond with respect and integrity instead of reacting negatively sets a powerful example. It shows others how to handle difficult situations with maturity and grace, and over time, it can inspire change in their behavior as well. One of the key elements of leading by example is practicing what you preach. If we expect others to treat us with respect, kindness, and honesty, we must first embody these qualities ourselves. Actions speak louder than words, and by consistently demonstrating respect and understanding, we reinforce the values we stand for. For instance, if someone speaks to us harshly, responding with calmness and politeness instead of anger sends a clear message that we value respectful communication. This approach not only strengthens our own character, but also encourages others to reconsider their behavior. Another important aspect of leading by example is maintaining a strong sense of self-discipline. It can be challenging to stay composed and act respectfully, especially when dealing with rude or disrespectful individuals. However, demonstrating patience and self-control in such situations highlights emotional intelligence and resilience. When people see us handling adversity with grace, they are more likely to respect us and eventually follow our lead. Staying consistent in our behavior, regardless of the circumstances, reinforces the message that respect is not negotiable. Leading by example also involves showing empathy and understanding towards others, even when they do not reciprocate it. Sometimes people act disrespectfully due to their own struggles, insecurities, or lack of awareness. By responding with empathy rather than hostility, we can create an environment where people feel heard and valued. This does not mean tolerating bad behavior, but rather addressing issues with a compassionate and solution-oriented approach. It encourages others to adopt a more respectful and considerate attitude in return. Furthermore, setting an example includes being mindful of the way we speak and act in our daily lives. Simple gestures such as using polite language, listening attentively, and acknowledging others' perspectives contribute to a culture of mutual respect. When people see that we consistently treat others with dignity, regardless of their background or status, they are more likely to mirror that behavior in their own interactions. It fosters an atmosphere where respect and kindness become the norm rather than the exception. Another significant way to lead by example is by taking responsibility for our actions. Owning up to our mistakes and making amends when necessary demonstrates accountability and integrity. It shows that we value honesty and are willing to improve ourselves. When others witness our willingness to take responsibility, they are encouraged to adopt the same attitude and become more mindful of their actions. This approach helps in building trust and credibility within our social circles. Additionally, inspiring change through positive reinforcement is a crucial element of leading by example. Acknowledging and appreciating respectful behavior in others can encourage them to continue acting positively. Whether it's complimenting someone for their kindness or expressing gratitude for their efforts, small gestures of appreciation reinforce good behavior and motivate others to follow suit. Ultimately, leading by example requires consistency, patience, and a strong commitment to personal values. It is not always easy, especially when surrounded by negativity, but staying true to our principles helps create a ripple effect of positive change. People may not immediately change their ways, but over time, they begin to recognize the impact of respectful behavior and are inspired to follow the example set before them. By demonstrating respect, integrity, empathy, and responsibility in our daily interactions, we can influence others to do the same. Leading by example is a powerful way to create a culture of mutual respect and understanding, making our relationships and communities stronger and more harmonious. Okay. Not taking things personally is an important skill that can help maintain emotional well-being and strengthen relationships. In life, we encounter situations where people may criticize, disrespect, or misunderstand us. It is natural to feel hurt or defensive, but allowing negative comments or actions to affect us deeply can lead to unnecessary stress and self-doubt. Learning to detach ourselves from negative opinions and focusing on our own self-worth enables us to navigate such situations with confidence and resilience. One of the first steps in not taking things personally is understanding that people's behavior is often a reflection of their own thoughts, emotions, and experiences rather than a direct judgment of us. People may say or do hurtful things because they are dealing with their own frustrations, insecurities, or misunderstandings. For example, a rude comment from a colleague might stem from their own stress or dissatisfaction rather than our actual performance. Recognizing this perspective allows us to respond with empathy rather than feeling personally attacked. Another important aspect is building self-confidence and self-awareness. When we have a strong sense of self and know our own strengths, weaknesses, and values, we are less likely to be affected by negative remarks. If we are clear about who we are and what we stand for, the opinions of others carry less weight. Developing a positive mindset and focusing on personal growth can help us stay grounded in our own truth rather than being swayed by external negativity. It is also helpful to practice emotional detachment. This does not mean becoming indifferent or ignoring others' feelings, but rather learning to separate our emotions from external situations. When we encounter criticism or negativity, taking a step back and analyzing the situation objectively can help us respond rationally instead of reacting emotionally. Asking ourselves questions such as, is this criticism constructive? Or, does this opinion truly define me? Can provide clarity and prevent us from internalizing negativity. In addition, maintaining healthy boundaries plays a crucial role in not taking things personally. Some people may try to push our limits or test our patience, and it is important to recognize when to disengage. Setting boundaries by choosing not to engage in unnecessary arguments or toxic conversations helps protect our emotional energy. For instance, if someone constantly criticizes us without offering constructive feedback, it is better to distance ourselves and focus on positive interactions instead. Another effective strategy is to develop resilience and a growth mindset. Viewing challenges and criticism as opportunities for learning rather than personal attacks helps us stay positive and motivated. Instead of feeling disheartened by negative feedback, using it as a chance to improve and grow can shift our perspective. This approach helps us stay focused on our goals and progress rather than getting stuck in self-doubt or negativity. Practicing mindfulness and stress management techniques can also support emotional balance. Activities such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling can help process emotions in a healthy way and prevent overthinking. When we are mindful and present in the moment, we are less likely to dwell on past criticisms or worry about others' opinions. Lastly, surrounding ourselves with supportive and understanding people can make a significant difference in how we handle negativity. Having friends, family, or mentors who uplift and encourage us can provide reassurance and remind us of our true value. Seeking positive influences helps build emotional strength and reinforces our belief in ourselves. So, ultimately, not taking things personally is about maintaining control over our emotions and choosing not to let others' negativity define us. By understanding that people's actions are often not about us, building self-confidence, setting boundaries, and focusing on personal growth, we can navigate life with greater peace and resilience. This approach not only improves our mental well-being, but also strengthens our ability to handle challenging situations with grace and confidence. Knowing when to walk away is a crucial skill that helps protect our mental and emotional well-being. In life, we encounter various situations and relationships where we may feel undervalued, disrespected, or unappreciated. While it is important to practice patience and understanding, there comes a point when staying in a toxic situation does more harm than good. Walking away does not signify weakness. Rather, it demonstrates strength, self-respect, and the ability to prioritize our happiness and growth. One of the most important aspects of knowing when to walk away is recognizing unhealthy patterns. When we find ourselves in situations where our efforts go unnoticed, our boundaries are repeatedly ignored, or our self-esteem is being compromised, it is a clear sign that it may be time to let go. Whether it's a friendship, a job, or any other aspect of life, staying in a toxic environment can drain our energy and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Recognizing the warning signs and acknowledging that a situation is no longer serving us is the first step in making the decision to walk away. Another important factor is understanding our self-worth. Often people stay in unhealthy situations because they believe they do not deserve better or fear the unknown. However, knowing our value and believing that we deserve respect and happiness empowers us to make difficult choices. When we walk away from negativity, we make space for new and healthy opportunities to enter our lives. Letting go of people or situations that do not align with our values allows us to focus on personal growth and fulfillment. It is also essential to recognize the emotional and mental toll of staying in a toxic situation. Constant exposure to negativity, criticism, or disrespect can lead to stress, anxiety, and a decline in self-confidence. When we find ourselves feeling drained, unhappy, or emotionally exhausted despite our efforts to improve the situation, it may be time to consider walking away. Our mental health should always be a priority, and no situation or relationship is worth compromising our peace of mind. In addition to emotional well-being, walking away is also about setting healthy boundaries. When people continuously take advantage of our kindness or fail to respect our limits, it is a sign that they do not value us as they should. Walking away reinforces the message that we will not tolerate disrespect and that we prioritize our self-respect. Establishing clear boundaries helps us attract people and opportunities that align with our values and bring positivity into our lives. Another important aspect of walking away is the ability to accept change. Letting go of familiar situations, even if they are negative, can be difficult because change often feels uncomfortable and uncertain. However, embracing change opens the door to new possibilities and allows us to grow in ways we never imagined. It is important to trust that leaving behind what no longer serves us will lead to something better. Sometimes the fear of hurting others or feeling guilty about leaving can hold us back from walking away. However, it is important to remember that prioritizing our well-being does not mean we are selfish. It means we are taking responsibility for our happiness and refusing to settle for less than we deserve. Walking away can be done respectfully and with kindness, without burning bridges, but with a firm decision to move forward. Ultimately, knowing when to walk away is about having the courage to put ourselves first and recognize when a situation no longer contributes positively to our lives. It is about valuing our peace, happiness, and self-respect above all else. By letting go of toxic environments and relationships, we create space for growth, positivity, and new opportunities that align with our true potential. Walking away is not an end, it is a new beginning, one that leads to a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. Respect starts with self-respect, and it is the foundation upon which all other forms of respect are built. When we respect ourselves, we set the standard for how others should treat us, and we cultivate an inner sense of worth that shapes our interactions with the world. Self-respect means valuing our own thoughts, feelings, and well-being, and it requires us to make choices that align with our values and goals. It is not about arrogance or superiority, but about recognizing our worth and treating ourselves with kindness and dignity. One of the most important aspects of self-respect is having a clear understanding of our values and principles. When we know what we stand for, we are less likely to compromise our integrity or allow others to influence us negatively. People who have self-respect set healthy boundaries and do not tolerate disrespectful behavior. They understand that their time, energy, and emotions are valuable and should not be wasted on situations or individuals who do not appreciate them. By standing firm in our values, we show others that we deserve to be treated with respect. Another crucial element of self-respect is self-care. Taking care of our physical, mental, and emotional health is a reflection of the respect we have for ourselves. When we prioritize our well-being by eating healthy, exercising, getting enough rest, and managing stress, we communicate to ourselves and others that we value our body and mind. Neglecting self-care often leads to low self-esteem and burnout, making it difficult to command respect from others. When we take the time to nurture ourselves, we feel more confident, capable, and deserving of respect. Self-respect also involves positive self-talk and self-acceptance. The way we speak to ourselves internally affects our confidence in how we present ourselves to the world. If we constantly criticize ourselves or compare ourselves to others, we diminish our self-worth and invite disrespect from those around us. Instead, embracing our strengths and acknowledging our imperfections with compassion helps build a strong sense of self-worth. Accepting ourselves as we are while striving for personal growth allows us to interact with others from a place of confidence and self-assurance. Moreover, self-respect is demonstrated through the choices we make in life. Whether it is in relationships, career decisions, or personal habits, making choices that align with our values shows that we honor ourselves. For example, staying in a toxic relationship or a job that drains our energy can erode our self-respect over time. And so, on the other hand, choosing to walk away from unhealthy situations and pursuing what makes us happy reinforces our self-worth and sends a clear message that we deserve better. Making decisions based on self-respect empowers us to create a fulfilling and meaningful life. Having self-respect also means demanding fairness and standing up for ourselves when necessary. It is not about being confrontational, but about asserting our rights in a calm and composed manner. When we allow others to mistreat us without addressing it, we send the message that we do not value ourselves. On the other hand, when we confidently address issues and express our needs, we show that we have a strong sense of self-worth. Others are more likely to respect us when they see that we respect ourselves enough to speak up. Finally, self-respect influences the way we treat others. When we have a healthy level of self-respect, we naturally extend respect to those around us. We treat others with kindness, fairness, and dignity because we understand the value of mutual respect. People who lack self-respect often struggle to respect others, as their insecurities can lead to negative behaviors such as jealousy, arrogance, or disrespect. When we cultivate self-respect, we set a positive example for others and contribute to a more respectful and harmonious environment. In conclusion, self-respect is the key to earning respect from others and leading a fulfilling life. It involves valuing ourselves, setting healthy boundaries, practicing self-care, and making choices that align with our values. When we respect ourselves, we naturally attract respect from others and build healthier, more meaningful relationships.